have American husbands. It probably has maybe about 40 women, and they all have American husbands.
White American.
I haven't seen no black too. Some of them have black husbands.
Oh, because this is Atlanta.
And some of them, yeah. But all of them, I don't know. One of them has a Korean husband. They have the Korean pastor and all Korean women. When I went there, I can't say it was cliquish, but it was not very inviting. The people were not very inviting. But I kept going every Sunday, and now it's like they're my family. Oh, where you been? Oh, you're gonna eat today. Every Sunday we have food.
That's good. That's good. Can you say what you said again? Because I missed it.
So like the Korean churches around here, at least in Maryland, I can't say like around the world or like throughout the United States, is that if you're in the circle, you know, you're treated like family. But if you're not of the church, or if you're not a member, they're very like
this is how
they're very like standoffish.
Isn't that what? Is that a cultural thing? Is that a cultural thing?
I think it's a cultural thing because if you look in the let's say like in the subways or like in the trains in Korea, everyone's just like, they could be standing like literally this close to people, and they're not gonna like say
anything.
Yeah. But if you look at New York and you see the subways, you know, there's like some chatter. There's people playing instruments and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you know, they're very. I would say somewhat cold in a way, but at the same time, I mean, in Korean culture, they go out 1 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock at night, just to talk about problems. They talk for like 3 or 4 hours over drinks and food. I mean, I think a lot of Korean culture is based off of conversation and talking over food. So that's a big thing.
Well, I like the church. I've had South Korean interns, which have been some of my best interns.
Interesting.
But you know what? The dynamics of the church remind me of black churches, because you have the pastor who's Korean and all the women, but I don't see that many Korean men in the church.
I see.
At all.
Right. That's how it is at our Bible study. It's like the pastor, he's a man, a whole bunch of black women at the Bible study.
It reminds me of Korea, because it's just women in the church.
One or the other.
So y'all got a good AME church. Oh, I used to love the AME church when I first got saved. I used to love going to Bible study and going to Sunday school, because they had very Christian ed. Christian ed was very good in the AME church.
Oh, sleepy boo.
The church is good. The church is good. Last week
y'all have a lot of young folks at y'all church?
Yeah.
Y'all go to a big AME church?
It's really big. It's a mega church.
How big is it?
More than 10,000 members.
It's so big it has its own anthem.
Yeah, that's big. That's big.
When the
I'm surprised I'm not familiar with this one, because the one in Atlanta I used to go to, and it was the biggest AME church in Atlanta, and the pastor just died about maybe 2 months ago. My ex-husband, who used to be who is an AME minister, called and wanted me to get him a program. I went to the funeral, and I was like, it was just like a conference. It was like maybe 30 bishops there.
Yeah, we were just learning about that stuff, because I don't know anything about AME churches, so it's part of their thing to get into the
class. You know the history of the AME church? They broke off from the Methodist church. That's why they were called African and Methodist Episcopal.
Right.
I think. Well, if it's a mega church, and I got 10,000. They got a lot going on for young people and everything.
Right.
Yeah, they're really.
And it's not really, boring. That's the good thing.
Well,
they're current.
They're current.
And even though the pastor's older. Cause I like an older pastor to be wise, to know some stuff, but he's still very current. Every week, if something's going on in the news, he's addressing that.
That's why I really learned the Bible, because all of them are educated.
Yes, all of them have master's degrees.
Yeah,
that's a requirement.
That's the AME church, period.
And then he talked last week, the guy at Bible study, he was like, ain't no the T-test. I was like, how do you know about statistics? They
know a lot about African history. I know. Where you get that type of, you made those?
No, this is just a paper cover.
Well, Well, look, glows in the dark.
Yeah. Modern diaper covers.
I gotta turn
You
my phone.
want to hear my new song?
Okay,
Look
love
at her Pee-wee, she's so cute. She's got her mommy's brain and her big heart too. wait. She
What's
like the sun in the sky, she brightens my day. Oh my baby, oh Pee-wee.
you made that up. You did?
I made up a song called, no wait, she made that up. I made up a song for Audrey. It goes, look at my baby, he's so cute. He's got his daddy's eyes and his red face too. He brightens up my world like the sun brightens the sky. Oh my baby, I just died.
Oh, that's
She just told me she made up a song. Look at my baby.
I need to look good when I'm gonna be on TV and then I'm talking articulate. I'm just talking.
Oh yeah, in a traditional Korean church, usually like the mother and father or husband and wife, they go together, or the whole family goes, because the Korean community, they tend to talk a lot. So it's like, the husband's not going to church, something's up with them.
Right.
They talk a lot. Like it's like if it's a secret, that's just gossip for them.
What's interesting too,
That's why your friends' parents stopped going to Korean churches, or why they stopped going?
A lot of it had to do with like gossip and politics and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten into all of that part of the aspect of the church. I just go to the worship service and pretty much. So I don't know about all the politics of the church.
No,
Baptist.
what I have observed only from drama though, is that, South Korea, just like many other countries, experience Christianity. Anyway, experience Christianity through
Americans.
European, right?
Yes.
Not maybe missionaries, but more like through force. And so a lot of people still have their traditional, is it Buddhism or beliefs?
Buddhism.
So that even if they are, just like in Haiti, if they're Christian, they still do a lot of the, like they go to Buddhist temples, they might pray. I see on so many dramas. On dramas, if they're trying to be modern, they'll go to church. But if they're showing, if they're trying to showcase culture, then they'll be praying at a Buddhist temple.
Right.
Or they'll
But
do
are
something.
those the Christians? Are those the Christians?
I don't know if they
or
have-
are those just the Koreans who may not? And I'm
the-
specifically saying Koreans, but any,
From the Koreans I know from high school, they don't seem to be very religious in either way. Either way. So I don't know, but they identify as Christian, or they grew up going to Catholic school or something like that. But I don't know, that's just 10 or 20 people that I know.
It's weird because my great grandmother, she read her Bible. I don't know what kind of version it was, but
it was a Holy Bible?
Why would you underneath me?
it was in ancient Korean. It's like the type where you read this way.
Right,
scroll.
exactly.
And I couldn't read the letters at all.
Okay.
But she would read that, but at the same time, I think she would practice some Buddhist practices. I don't know exactly what they are.
Other cultures are so influenced by the European culture. When I go to other culture churches, the songs are our songs.
Oh yeah, they are. They're weird.
And I really,
It's not weird.
I would like to see diversity. I would like for that particular culture to be creative and write their own songs and use their own instruments that they use in their own culture.
Right.
So that, and worship God in their own way that they would like to worship God. But when you go there, it's just like going to
you go
an American
to
church.
a South Korean church in
And
South
it's the
Korea
same
and sing
songs.
Amazing Grace.
Yeah,
They don't even know
exactly.
English,
They're
but they're
singing
singing
Amazing Grace.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean,
We have the communion, the blood of Jesus, and it's the same.
it just seems more like a ritual or religious thing than an actual.
I agree with you there. I totally agree with you there. And that's the only thing about all cultures, because I like to experience the culture. I like to experience the food. I like to experience their dress. I like to experience their country, and I would like to be able to experience how they worship God in their way, in as far as being Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all Western.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like to me the culture and the way people communicate with each other is like extremely like stoic. If you look in the church and things like that, there's not a whole lot of like emotional expression. It's all like internalized. And so even when like Korean people talk to each other, if you see like black people talk to each other at like at a public place, they're a lot louder, they're a lot more expressive, they're a lot more, I would say, like physically affectionate. But then if you look at like Korean interactions and stuff, there's a little bit more distance. There's like bowing. There's not really like physical.
I like them.
I mean, it does show a different side of like reverence. I think there's a little bit more reverence in that, even though the emotional disconnect. I mean, there's an emotional disconnect there.
We have reverence too.
Yeah.
But I think it really also shows the culture that was there before the Christian culture was there. The European, not really Christian, the European culture was there, because that's how Asian culture is in general, and that's versus African culture. So they're gonna act how they act before. I mean, I don't know if that's.
I mean, like even when you like cheers someone,
Right.
The one that's higher is the elder, or the one in charge.
Yeah, and I remember when we went to, we were at service last week, and some of the girls and I, like I said, I don't speak Korean, but two of the little girls that were with me, they're learning Korean, and they went through line, and the people started speaking Korean to them, and they thought they were Korean, and now they look African American to me. So I didn't know if maybe they thought maybe one of the Korean women were actually married to an African American man, but they started speaking Korean. And so I asked them, I said, well, why do you speak Korean back? They said, well, we don't know enough. And then they told me, they said, we didn't want to say this to say the wrong thing, because like with the elders, they have to give you permission to, I think she said, talk to them or communicate with them or something.
Talk freely,
she was saying.
in a certain way.
Talk freely.
Yeah.
Talk freely. She said, I didn't know enough Korean to because I didn't want to offend the elder, and say the wrong thing.
Yeah, I mean, just like in regular conversations in American culture, there's a way to talk casually, then there's a way to talk professionally, there's a way to talk politically, and so in the same way, I think in Korean culture, if you talk too casually, you kind of, it almost seems like you're talking on the same level as someone older than you, and sometimes they see that as kind of like disrespectful. They kind of see you as a punk or something like that.
Well, the thing is that we need to know that's true about our own culture. Now that we're quote unquote African Americans, our children and adults seem to have lost that. But that's what African culture is too. I mean, people can't go to her grandparents and be talking any kind of way, or talk at all. You can't just walk in and start talking. So Zulu people, for example, like they'll come in, you'll be sort of similar to Asian, I guess. You have to like be on your knees and then offer them stuff and then offer your ancestors stuff, and then they'll talk to you and you have to talk to them. You can't speak to them in English because that would be extremely disrespectful. So I'm like, I don't even know if I could go because I don't
have that Google Translate on you.
Exactly. But he was saying how they brought one of their friends when they were younger to the traditional, because now South Africa it's like modern tradition versus traditional. They brought one of their friends back to their traditional area of Zululand, and they were just like acting just like regular white kids. These are white kids. They were just acting like talking how white kids talk, and they were like completely disrespect their grandparents and parents were completely disrespected. So.
It's funny because like it seems like in European or American culture, like that those stepping stones where there's like that level of respect like where you can actually see it, is it's almost gone, because like I mean, like you were saying, like there's the whole I guess it's almost like a ritual, or like a process of like bowing and giving off different things to people, and then in Korean, it's like how low you bow shows how much you respect someone.
Oh, really?
And that's
I'm
why.
glad you told me that. I didn't know that because I just bow. I see everybody else bowing. So I bow too.
You don't know. So I was like, they probably
Like if it's like a casual environment, like a little head nod is acceptable, but then like if you're in a more formal place, if you do that, then to an older person, they're gonna see you as like kind of like a punk or something like that.
Okay, well I'm gonna start bowing.
Don't
Really low. How low should I bow?
Show us.
No, okay, so like in New Year's, there's like this tradition where like the younger people, or sons or daughters or whatever, they always go to like their grandparents' house or aunt's house, or they basically go around and visit everyone, or they come to one place, and they go through this process where they put like down these little pillow mats, and then they bow, like they get on their knees, and then they bow, and then they put their heads all the way to the ground, and they come up here, and basically you're I would say it's kind of like you're showing respect, and so as you're showing submission, the elder, either they would give you money or presents, and then they would give you like words of advice.
I'm gonna share this with you like I shared with Lintel. Make sure you speak Korean to Ajida.
Yeah,
And treat him
yeah.
and teach him Korean. I think it's important that they know both cultures. I'm not all into, just the Western. I think they need to be very, very diverse. They need to know both of their cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning that as I go. I'm seeing how, I guess in some ways, certain things that's missing in like our American culture, and I see how there's like the lack of certain aspects, certain character building things, and I see that in Korean culture there's like certain aspects that I can supplement with the children.
Oh, okay.